Hi, this is James with the Super Bright LEDs Test Lab. This is part 3 of our 3-part series where I'm installing LED strip lighting in a residential kitchen. In part 1, I installed under cabinet strip lighting. In part 2, I installed above cabinet strip lighting. This is part 3 where I'm installing toe kick lighting. So let's get started. As with any installation, our first step is to locate our power sources and plan our install. For our toe kicks, we've got an AC outlet behind the refrigerator and one under the sink that we will use. For the outlet behind the refrigerator, we already have our power supply installed that we use for our above cabinet lights and our under cabinet strip lights on this side. And we're going to tap into that same power supply for our toe kicks. We are also going to install a second power supply and controller under the sink to power the strips on the other side. Because we have a tricky corner to round, we are going to install the strips in 2 sections to make the installation easier. Once we know our power situation, we're going to measure the toe kicks to know how much strip light we need. When we've got our measurements, we can again grab our supplies from superbrightleds.com. For this installation, we're using our tunable white strip lights, 2 power supplies, 2 controllers, power wire, and a handful of solderless connectors. Our strip lights are our standard SMD strips. If you watched our under cabinet video, you will notice that we use cob strips because of the reflective quartz countertop. Because this kitchen floor is matte and reflection is not an issue, our SMD strips will work great even without a diffuser. Now that we've got our supplies, our next step is to plug in our strip lights real quick, just to ensure that everything is in working order. Then we will unplug them and remove all power prior to installation. The next step is to cut our strips down into segments that we need. To do this, we will take our measurements from earlier and then cut the strip down the copper pad that is closest to our required length. When we've got our strips cut, we will attach our solderless connectors. We have an L connector that we'll use to round one of the corners. We also have pigtail connectors that we will use to connect power wire to route the power under the oven and the dishwasher. Next, we will make sure the surface is clean so we don't have any issues adhering our strip lights to the toe kicks. And now it's time to install the strip lights. We will peel back our 3M adhesive backing and apply the strips as evenly as possible. Once we've applied our strip lights, we'll plug them into the controllers, which are connected to a power supply, and then we can turn them on. And that's it. That's how we installed our toe kick lighting using LED strip lights. And that also concludes our kitchen lighting series, where we installed under cabinet, above cabinet, and toe kick lights. Now we can control all of these lights using a single remote. We have our under cabinet, above cabinet, and toe kicks each set to a separate zone, so we can control them individually. That way, if we want to set the color temperature of the under cabinet and toe kick lights to natural white, and then the above cabinet lights to warm white, we can easily do that. We hope this video series proved useful in installing your own kitchen lighting. If it did, please give us a like and a follow. And if you have any questions about how to install your strip lights or what products you need for your installation, please do not hesitate to contact one of the friendly and knowledgeable customer advocates at superbrightleds.com. We'll see you next time.